You know, it'd be real embarrassing if this video just cut on to me before I'm even ready. Dear God, I'd be like, oh man, it's like, oh God, I gotta talk in my normal voice now. Yeah, I gotta do that YouTube voice, but God, it's so stressful. I gotta talk like this and normal that I gotta go. Switch to the happy voice. Yeah, no, we're gonna talk like this today. Yeah, just gotta drink the coffee. It's a good thing that video's not on. Okay, seriously, this bit is actually growing old because it literally hurts my voice. There's actually people I know who talk like that, and I don't even know how. I mean, just what is up with my mustache today? Weird. Yeah, this is what I'm like when I wake up. Very, very hyper. It's a good thing I'm exactly on time to the stream and not late at all because I was recording a video earlier and I lost track of time. And yeah, it's a good thing that's not the case. Oh, there's people watching. Cool. What's up, everyone? Defective AI, Chained 20, Austin Weaver, Modius Anima, Chris Kellogg, Tudor. What's up? Also, Jody Khalidi. I'm probably butchering your name. Sorry about that. Defective AI again. And looks like the first comment goes to Austin Weaver. Nice. Welcome to the final episode of our review of Puffin Forest's Curse of Strahd replay, episode 13, The Final Battle. I don't know what we're getting into because, yeah, it's Puffin. It's not as bad as DWK and sheer what the hell am I looking at, but it's usually a lot funnier. But also, every now and again, he goes completely serious, and it's actually kind of mind-scarring. Because Puffin can do that, apparently. He chooses to go funny most of the time. But every now and again, he chooses to go serious. So we're just going to jump right in and see where this goes. If you haven't, there's a link below, because I definitely remember to put it there, down below. Make sure to hit that up. And I'm just going to definitely quickly... Why is that stuck on Genshin Impact as today's video? What the hell? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that's there. Okay, yeah, that was weird. Huh. Good luck to the pirates? And sample masochists, the lot of them. Tudor, why do you want me to sample masochists? Oh my. I don't know where my mind's going right now. This is what happens when you have all the coffee. I'm actually okay with that. Oh, God. And Chained, will I be watching the reviews? I will, but probably on my own time. I'm not sure about doing them as a video, but I will watch them. So we're just going to jump right in. Oh, God, I'm having way too much geek moment right now. And by geek moment, I mean, you know, it's me. It's literally just me. I don't have another setting except for geek. It is geek and asleep. And even then, I'm certain it is geeky dreams. I don't remember my dreams, but I'm certain they're geeky. That seems likely. Minute. Ha! Also, for anyone watching, yes, these are the videos I have planned to record. Some of them have been up there longer than I want, and I need to fix that. Oops. Also, what is with my mustache? It's like that one hair just like to curl in on around my lip. I don't get it. It's weird. They don't even grow that direction. Ugh. And now they're playing solitaire? Okay. Sure, I'll roll with this one. Yeah.
So, in my last and final episode for Curse of Strahd,
Unless
the vampire lord of Barovia, Strahd von Zarovich, has captured Irina. The woman is the reincarnation of his dead lover, Tatiana. Throughout the century...
Lover is a stretch from what we heard. Also, I completely forgot about the Gouda cat beholder. Oh, that's adorable and probably going to start chewing on someone's leg as a form of entertainment. Yeah.
He has tried to claim her and failed again and again. The dark powers that rule these lands use her to torment him. One night, he knows that he will succeed. We wonder if tonight will be the night.
How strong is the curse?
Barovia is a prison where he is both a prisoner and its warden. He cannot leave himself, but he can forcibly pull others into it. The party had been lured in by a promise and found herself struggling to try and save people. We realized that the only way to escape from here is to defeat Strahd. The scene starts with the entire party of players huddled around a table in Madame Ava's tent.
Oh, that's
She is shuffling her fortune-telling cards. Our DM has told us that he has additional endings in mind for Curse of Strahd.
Oh?
Madame Ava explains, now we are approaching the end of it all.
Yeah? The final path. You have a choice. If you choose to destroy Strahd,
We wince as she says the name. You're not supposed to say that! We had learned earlier that Strahd had the ability to listen in whenever someone had said his name. Don't worry, she explains.
What?
This tent protects us from scrying.
Okay, that's bullshit. And I'm not sure which kind of bullshit it is. It's like bullshit. No, it's completely something that's not actually working. Or bullshit in the fact that you can actually just have a random tent that prevents scrying. Boy, that is a pretty powerful tent. Considering I'm pretty sure there's a D&D god who literally created an entire species just so he couldn't be scryed. And she has a tent that does the exact same thing. Damn.
Strahd cannot hear his name being told in this tent.
Oh, God.
She continues her explanation. There are a few options you have in front of you. If you slay Strahd, that will cause the mist to part and will allow you to leave Barovia.
All right.
But the dark powers will not allow his death to be permanent. He will be gone for some time, but he
comes
will
back?
return. The dark powers need someone there to torment. In order to permanently destroy him, you must trap his soul into this. She produces from her sleeve a ring of mind shielding. This can hold his soul. He cannot leave Barovia himself, but
is that basically a phylactery at that point?
He can be taken. You must then leave Barovia and release his soul, which will drift away into the afterlife.
Ooh.
However, if you decide to release his soul after he is gone, there is going to be an empty throne. That seat must be filled by someone. If you do not choose who will take the throne, the dark powers will select one themselves. You have several choices of who.
I have multiple questions about this homebrew. One, what would happen to Strahd's soul? Because, yeah, he's evil, but on the other hand, he's literally being tormented, so would that actually count as time served? Just curious, I hope the homebrew, or at least maybe the D&D interviews afterwards would answer that. Two, are these the ones that were, pre-written and like you already knew about? Or are these the homebrew ones? Because if these are the homebrew, damn, these are actually really cool, and I love the different aspects you could choose here.
Who can take the throne? Madame Ava shuffles her deck and starts pulling cards. Images start appearing before us.
Choice there.
The first I see is a young man, a wizard who was recently freed from his prison.
Oh, the kid.
Who
has an
a woman, a hunter who has now become the very curse she hunts. The
Vampire
next
Lord, yeah.
is a woman who is dead, and now his brother seeks to revive her.
Oh.
Fourth, I see, is a young teenage girl who has the power to see into the future.
Oh, yeah, the girl
and the
they said.
last, this is very strange. It is someone from your group.
Boshak?
We recognize everyone she had listed off from the people we'd met earlier on our journey.
Boshak
So the
or
options
Gara?
are
Could go either
the
one.
young wizard Victor, the prophet Arabelle, the vampire hunter Esmeralda, and if we raise her, the woman long dead, I think she's talking about Petrina?
Who?
And someone from our group? Indeed, she nods. We look to Boshak, whose eyes light up. Garo realizes who she's talking about.
Oh.
I talk to our chaotic evil lizard folk.
Not gonna lie, while Boshak would probably enjoy it the most, Garo, with his connection to his girlfriends, I kind of hope it's a little bit of a bait and a switch, and he's the one chosen if that's the option they go with. One, because it would be funny to see how Boshak reacts. Two, I'm sure Garo would hate it, and watching Puffin rage would be hilarious to me. I might enjoy that part, as like the entire Curse of Strahd campaign, watching Puffin go, "Why, it's bigger!" It amuses me in a way that I'm really certain is probably not healthy, but I'm definitely doing it because I enjoy the hell out of it. Oh, it's like whenever Guna does something incredibly stupid. I don't care. I enjoy watching it. It actually is funny. It's one of the reasons I love her character.
Boshak, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes. You look the happiest I've seen in a while. We're in the market for a new position. Need a new chaotic evil character. I hear you're a enterprising individual. If you need a work reference, I'm here for you. Yes. This is where my road has been leading me the entire time.
God.
So begins my evil reign. Madame Ava shakes her head.
No, he cannot become the new Dark Lord.
What?
What? What do you mean? He fits all the qualifications. He's evil, wants power. I think he would be an excellent fit for the position.
Yeah.
Lording over people, enacting his reign of fear, terrorizing the
He
innocent.
turned down his patron, though,
right up
didn't
his
he?
alley. Boshak looked crestfallen.
When I said that there was one among your group who could become the new Dark Lord, there is one among your
Garo.
group.
It actually is Garo.
In order to qualify, you must
Or
have
Gouda.
accepted gifts from the Dark Powers. They will only accept one who has invited the darkness into their hearts and become corrupted.
Gouda?
I realize what she meant. Boshak doesn't qualify because when Dendar made a request
Gouda
of
was
him,
completely
he
okay with
turned it
everything.
down. What we understand now is that when he rejected them, they also rejected him. That in turn scratches off Krusk, who turned down Bogtrue.
Yeah.
Not that he'd want to. Krusk, our paladin, is too much of a goody two-shoes to
Yeah.
actually become the new Dark Lord.
Gouda, Dark Lord of
Boshak
Barovia.
gasped and looked at me. Wait, we need someone who has accepted their gifts?
There's
I
two.
realize who he's talking about. Yeah, I accepted the Fane's gift. I said, I could totally take the new dark position. I mean, I wouldn't want to, but if we need someone, like,
Oh god, it's either him or
I
Gouda.
also let the group know.
Yeah,
about
she's been
something
okay
that
with
I
everything
hadn't
so
spoken
far.
to them about. When we finish this, I'm probably going to be staying in Barovia, if not permanently, for at least a very long time. Garo still has a responsibility to the Fanes of Barovia, who protected him. He made a promise to them to restore the lands and make them vibrant again.
He's not the only one.
Now I'm thinking about it, he could do both, be the Lord of Barovia and restore the plant life. Madame Ava shakes her head again.
No, Garo is not a candidate to become the new
Wait,
Dark
he's not even a
Lord.
candidate?
I
Why?
was confused, but I
Wait, is it actually
accepted the
Gouda?
dark powers. I qualify.
Oh god, it's actually Gouda. I'm sorry. I legitimately like Garo doing it because like I'll be good, but I'll be warped by my position. Gouda, she's such a dumb character as she's playing it that I could literally see her being super evil, but is so innocent and unaware of what she's doing that technically she still counts as a good character. I love this. It's one of the reasons I actually enjoy stupid characters, because you have so much leeway to do so many things that a smart character would know are dumb and can't do, because they know it's dumb. But a dumb character can do so many more fun things because they don't realize how dumb it is. It's like, strap this rocket to a bottle and see if it explodes while I was strapped to it as well, and then do sparkly fireworks in front of a dungeon lair, and then travel everywhere and do some crazy shit. I don't even know. Gouda, Dark Lord of Barovia. I thought that was a joke. I was legitimately joking when I said it, and now it's actually what the story's going for. I didn't even want to hope that would even be a thing that would happen, but it is, and I'm happy with this. Kind of curious why Garo isn't a candidate, because, I mean, he does fit all the different, aspects, minus the evil. I mean, he's not evil. He's just... Okay, he did willingly sell dead children muffins. Willingly might be a stretch, but he did it. Badly, but he did it. And he also arranged for an entire population to be culled of people who are undesirable. Yeah, he did do that as well. He didn't know he was doing it, but he did do that. Yeah, actually, he screwed up a lot. Yeah. Also, he forced a fight with Strahd that ended up killing one of his companions. And everyone else realized at the time they didn't have to, and he just did it anyways. Yeah. Garo might be too successful at being evil if he really tried at it. Huh.
No, the Fanes are not the Dark Powers. They are the spirits of Barovia. Garo does not qualify.
Wait, they're actually not the Dark Power?
I
That's
sink
why?
back into my chair. Great. Well, who is it? Madame Ava explained,
They don't want one of your group, but only one among your group.
Huh?
There is only one person, only one.
Oh, not
who
the party members.
qualifies.
The
Well,
werewolf?
who in the world could that possibly be, silly?
Gouda piped
The
up.
Raven?
How are we supposed to be figuring out who that person is?
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Bojack was pissed. This game is fucking rigged. It's
Yeah.
rigged, I tell you. Guda was confused.
Well, I can't possibly figure out who she's talking to. If she's not going to tell us who it is.
I tried to clue her in on it. Looks like we have a bunch of options and one Guda option. Guda realized,
Oh, wait a second. They're not talking about me, are they?
yes, who else would they be talking about?
I can see
You work
Boshak
for a
hating
depth
this.
tyrant.
Boshak.
Oh, you're talking about Magic Dad. He's not a dark power. He's a nice power.
She's so stupid.
I
I
looked
love
at
it.
Boshak. We can't leave Barovia in their hands. We're so fucked. We are so fucked. But I think we might have to. Does she even know the basics of gold, investment capital, and how hard it is to actually run an economy? Burning, looting, pillaging isn't
She might be
cheap.
worse than
Now that I
Strahd.
think about it, since Barovia is basically a prison, she's not going to have to worry about tariffs, checking goods coming in. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
You
a
can't have foreign
Guda
diplomacy
point.
issues if this is just a
I
massive
feel
prison
bad for that
state.
one.
You know, I want to complain about this, but isn't it just politics as usual? You got higher ups, they have an open position. Instead of filling it with someone qualified, they go for someone else. You tell me about it. Guda was indignant, but
Yeah, and how does that usually work out? On the other hand, it's already Barovia, so... You know, this is one of the few times where anywhere else that would be a horrible choice. Here, the bar is so low. So very low. You have to actively reach down and get to that. Anywhere else, good is a terrible choice. Here, I kind of want to see if there's an epilogue just doing a maybe made-up story about what Guda does as the leader of Barovia. I'm, of course, assuming she makes it at this point because lols, but... Or even just a what-if episode. Puffin, I'm not above begging. Please, please, even as a one-shot that's unrelated to this, just let us see what Guda, leader of Barovia, in a demi-plane of Shadow, I think? I want to see that.
But no, I don't want to be the new Dark Lord.
Too bad.
If I stay, I'll never be able to see my family again.
You can always drag them in,
Yep,
apparently.
Garo realized
Also,
she's right.
with everything
We're
you
in
said
a
about your
really
family,
shitty situation
is
right
that a bad
now.
thing?
We gotta leave behind someone, but whoever stays back is gonna get tormented by the dark powers. We can't put Arabelle or Victor. They're kids. We've only got 2 adults we can put on the throne.
Victor probably be okay with
And
it.
don't you forget me.
Guda said, putting her hand on her hip.
I'm an adult too, you silly Billy.
No, you're not.
We've only
No.
got 2 adults we could put on the throne. The rest are children. Boshak explained, actually, both Victor and Arabelle are good choices. Victor managed to resist the temptation from the dark powers.
He also would hate
And
you, so...
He is smart, and Arabelle is gifted with powers that allow her to see into the future. It would make her a powerful leader, indeed.
Unless she goes evil, in which case
Good
it's a
asked him,
powerful villain.
But Boshak, would you be okay trapping Arabelle or Victor in here permanently to
Yes.
live a life of torment?
Yes.
Yes. Garo runs over the
That's
options
not really a
again.
surprise, even.
Victor is a hard no for me. I promised we'd get him out of Barovia. All he's ever wanted to do is escape. And Arabelle, she's a strange one. Like, she seems to have some screws loose. I don't know if she's actually going to look out for the people.
At
As
this
for
point, not
Esmeralda,
looking out for them
she's
would also
smart,
be an improvement.
Clever, noble, brave, all the things you want. But she was turned by Strahd into a vampire.
And you promised to kill
She's
her.
barely hanging on to her humanity right now. If she were to be put in this position, like, she would slowly succumb to her vampiric nature.
Unless you can change that.
Petrina,
Magic's a BS.
she's a wild card. We don't know anything
Oh, they
about
don't
her.
have anyone with wish,
She
do
could
they?
be a good guy, or she could be fucking evil.
Probably evil.
After contemplating it for a bit, Garo suddenly realized what the answer was.
What?
It was an answer there's no way in hell he wanted to reach.
What?
No. No. Not that.
I just need to say what I'm thinking he's meaning before he actually spells it out. Is he trying to find a way to leave Strahd in charge? No, no, there's no way. That would be, there's, I don't. Is that even a possibility in this game? Like, I'm legitimately asking, not as someone who's enjoying the story, but as an actual person who's apparently now diving full force into D&D and is considering buying Tasha's Cauldron later today because, oh my god, it's freaking amazing. Is that actually a possibility? Can you even homebrew? Okay, you can homebrew anything, but... Huh? Oh my.
I lock eyes with Madame Ava. You sadistic piece of fuck.
What?
Our fortune teller started laughing.
It's not me, but the cards.
Gouda was worried.
What?
Okay, 1, yeah. Yeah. 2, for anyone who didn't get that, while this is being said in-game, I'd like to point out, this is also exactly what he probably said to the DM right there. The DM, because he homebrewed these, I'm assuming, is being a sadistic asshole, and he's speaking as Madame Ava. So the DM right now is really earning that, you screwed around, now I get to have fun with you aspect. Oh, God.
Why? What you thinking about, Garo?
Yep.
You know, I don't want to say this. God, you know how I don't want to say this.
Yep.
But we might have to help keep Strahd in power. Gouda was shocked.
What? Why?
Okay, think about it. He's a super powerful being that can wreak havoc on the world. This place is his prison. He's stuck in here, constantly being tortured. We want to get rid of him. So what? He can go to hell and get tormented some more? This place
He
is
probably
miserable.
enjoyed it. It's a new
But
change.
you know what? He's miserable too. So it's a perfect place for him. And so is Fiona and the Abbot and Babala Saga and Emil and all those other assholes. So I'm thinking, how about we just go? We kill him, the missed part, and we just go. And we don't look back, and we leave all those terrible people to be terrible to each other.
Which is kind of what Barovia is.
But Garo, there's still so many people who will be stuck with him.
Are they?
Plus, he can use the mist of Barovia to kidnap people into his realm.
That's
I
the only
realize.
part I don't like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It solves nothing.
Is that
Plus,
him ability?
I'm thinking that I'm
or
going to stay in
everyone
Barovia as
ability?
well. If I have to stay and he's on the throne, I'm going to get so royally fucked. I'm going to get tortured. And not the regular kind of torture, the you're stuck in a prison with someone for eternity and they can do whatever they want to you kind of torture. Thinking more on it, I realize I have to take back what I said. Strahd can't be on the throne. It puts too many people at risk.
But
I start theory crafting.
he might actually enjoy it.
Is there a way to kill him, have the missed part, and then plan some kind of mass evacuation so only the evil people stay behind?
Or just destroy the
Ava
realm.
shook her head.
The Dark Powers would not allow that.
Can you fight the dark powers?
What we ultimately decide is this. We will...
I feel bad for saying this, but I feel I must. Can you just maybe try and pierce the moon here? I don't know, maybe row fight the power? I just yeah, it's Gurren Lagann references. Oh, come on, it has to be something someone homebrewed. It's like, okay, you want to end this? You want to really screw around? Hey, Strahd, team up. We're taking down the dark powers. Yeah, we're homebrewing the shit out of this, and it's gonna be crazy, man. Is it a good idea? No, because I don't actually know many forms of this game that go above level 20, and I've heard in general to find an avatar of a god, you have to be at least level 30, and that's not easy, and that's if you have enough people, and yeah. But apparently, I would love to see someone homebrew it where you take this from just finding Strahd to you're going to really fight the powers. This would be hilarious to me. Would it be good? Oh, it'd probably be a giant crap pile of shit, and I would love every second of it. Oh, God. This is where my mind goes. This is what happens when I'm on coffee. Yeah.
We'll figure this
Speak
out
of.
later. We'll play the game as normal, and we'll raise Petrina from the dead. We'll talk to her, see what her position is.
Oh, God.
She's the biggest wild card right now. Plus, there's no guarantees that anyone we pick will make it through the final battle. So, we're going into this, but we still don't know what our final move is going to be. But, I said, my vote is for Gouda. As hard as it is to say this, she has a good heart. She is the best option on the table
Good
right
heart,
now.
but she's dumb enough to do horrible,
No,
evil things.
I don't
I've said it
want to
before.
be the new Dark Lord.
Bring your
I
family.
shake my head. Well, fine then. I guess I have no idea who I'd pick. We left Madame
It's
Ava's
still good.
tent and met up with the other characters, Esmeralda
I mean, she
and
just
Van
dragged her
Richten.
family in.
I went up to
Come
Esmeralda.
to the place where your daughter actually has power.
So, Esmeralda, I have a proposition for you. And I was wondering if you could do a favor for me.
Stab Gouda?
She nodded.
Keep her from running
Sure.
away?
What do you need? How would you like to be the new Dark Lord?
I'm going with no.
She said. You don't want to think it over a bit? I would only do it if we were really desperate and there was no other options. Well, we're there right now.
Yeah.
The desperate part. We technically have 6 routes. We explained the situation to her. If you need me to do it, I'll do it, but it's going to be bad. I don't think I can resist succumbing to the darkness.
Have you considered just eating
We're
bad
still
people?
considering our options
There's a lot.
right now, I explained. She reminded us. The group agreed to kill me after we
Yeah.
destroyed the devil. We'll do it when it comes to that. I say. Gouda is still indignant.
No, we can't kill Esmeralda. We have magic. We'll find magic to fix her.
I mean, yeah,
I
wish
shake my
spell
head.
apparently can change a
Gouda,
vampire
that's
back.
not how magic works. Once that was taken care of,
It might just be the homebrew, but they do give Wish a lot of leeway. So, even though I don't think there's a single party member here who can get it, I don't have the slightest clue what class Gouda is. I was going with Chaotic Stupid. And honestly, I kind of love that, and I would love to actually have a class that's... Oh, wait, I'm actually doing a Warlock. Sorry, no, wait. I'm doing a Sorcerer, a Wild Mage, alright. I'm doing Chaotic Stupid myself. We get Wish. Can Gouda cast Wish to actually fix that? I don't know, but I would love to see it because that's freaking awesome, man. Also, the thing with Wish, I love how they specifically specifies the DM has a lot of leeway here. It's freaking awesome.
we loaded up the carts and headed up the winding trail to Castle Ravenloft. We were a massive menagerie. Most of the allies we had met up were coming with us.
Oh,
In our 2 carts are Daphne Mardukov carrying the wine for the party, the famed
that is a
wizard
really
Morton
screwed-looking
Kanan,
horse.
who had lost to Strahd and come back for round 2, the were-raven Muriel, the vampire Esmeralda, the vampire hunter Van Richten, and Godfrey, the revenant paladin from the Order
Oh, yeah,
of the
he's still
Silver
around. I forgot
Dragon,
about that.
who had returned from the dead to avenge his fallen comrades.
And then the dead of
I
the
stand up
dead
on the cart,
because he didn't
shouting
die
over
when they all
everyone.
stopped
Okay,
undying.
everyone listen up. Right now, we're going into the wedding. We got an invite, so we don't need to be bashing down the door. We're just
all
quietly
have an invite?
going to get in. Our primary objective is we need to find the heart of the castle. That heart of
Literal
Ravenloft
heart.
is making him immune to radiant damage, sunlight, and whenever he gets hit, the heart absorbs the damage. So, remember,
Wouldn't that just
if
kill
we
the heart
encounter the
after a
devil, we cannot fight him. Fortunately, we have a guy who knows where the heart is. I point over to the doll Piddlewick II. The
What?
doll was a sentient toy that promised to help us out.
Oh, yeah, I
He
forgot about
knows
that doll.
Where it is.
It's been a while
He
since I
promised
mentioned
to
him.
guide us there. So there are 4 things you got to remember when we get to the wedding. Number 1, don't split the party. Number 2, we need to find that heart. Number 3, don't split the party. And
If number 4 is don't split the party, I have a really bad feeling that objectives 1, 3, and 4 are going to fail. I think 2 is actually most likely succeed somehow, just because the DM would get annoyed if they didn't actually find it. But yeah, no, they're going to split the party. There's literally no way they're not splitting the party. It's just going to happen now, like some kind of random teleport effect, just because the DM's going to screw with them. It's Barovia. I'm assuming that's either something the DM did, or it's legitimately in the campaign somewhere. Yeah.
4, don't split the party.
Called it.
We're outnumbered in there. Plus, we have the Tome of Strahd, which makes us immune to his charm effects, but that tome doesn't work if you're outside of 30 feet. So if one of you cowboys away from us, you're fucked. Just remember, don't split the party.
They're going to split the party.
As we approach the
Yeah.
castle, the
I
drawbridge
mean, is it
lowered
really
down
even worth
for us
saying?
to enter. The carts trudged forward into the central courtyard. As we passed over the bridge, it rose up behind us, sealing us in. As we reached the cavernous
Have you considered
front
just
doors,
blowing up the place?
who do we see but no, it can't be.
Strahd, right off the bat.
There's a man wearing a mask and a cane. It looks like he's missing a leg. The last we left of him,
Leg?
he was dead on the cold slopes of Amber Temple.
Oh!
Boshak had eaten his face and leg.
He grew
There
back.
could be no mistaking that as Rahadin. Boshak snickered. I'm coming for your other leg.
Oh, God.
Rahadin ignored him. He gestured to the wine cart. Please, take the wine around the back. We started going with them, but
Oh, the mask is because Boshak ate his face. Ah. So he came back from the dead. Does that mean there's just little bits of alive Rahadin inside Boshak? Ew. Counterpoint. If Boshak ate all of Rahadin, would that mean he'd kind of just take over Boshak's body? Nope, I'm not thinking about this. Nope. That way lies madness.
Rahadin said,
No, you don't go there. You go in the front entrance.
Wait. You want us to split up? Here? I asked him.
Indeed.
Called
the
it.
line goes to the kitchens.
We don't split up. That breaks 3 of the 4 rules.
Called it.
Davian looked to me. Well, should we stay with you?
Just fight Rahadin. I mean, yeah, you're
Fine.
fucked anyways.
We'll play nice. You guys go around the back. We'll go in the front. split up here.
And they failed.
But come right back. The carts separate, with Davian, Mordenkainen, Victor, and Muriel going around the back of the castle. The second that group went out of sight, I went, why did I do that? I
You're
didn't
an
even have
idiot.
the rules out for less
pulled
than
a
few
Gouda.
minutes, and I already broke them. We go into the central hall. Beyond, we can see into the banquet.
You can't even blame
There
Gouda
are
on this
people
one. I
milling
love it.
around, talking to each other, holding a few hors d'oeuvres. I recognize one as Fiona. Hello, she chuckled, waving.
I mean, she actually makes sense. She is a
Oh,
supporter.
Fiona's here. I waved back to her. I thought she might have been busy, sacrificing people in her cultist basement. I guess today isn't the day she holds her usual book club.
Or they did
I
it
also
earlier.
noticed another familiar face. The Abbot. He's up by the altar getting things set up and wearing his long, resplendent robes.
No, he's officiating.
Wait,
yeah, that makes sense.
What's he doing here?
I mean,
I asked.
he actually makes
explained,
Since the last holy man died yesterday, my master had to find a replacement for him.
Oh, did he now? My player's face went pale white. Out of game, when I had been looking up stuff online, I had accidentally found out a spoiler about who the Abbot actually was.
What?
And I knew that him being here complicated things, to put it plainly. I'm trying to play the game as normal without the metagame, but it's not the easiest.
What? Why? I mean, here's the thing. I made a point not to look up spoilers. Even when I'm doing like massive lore binges, I've avoided specific campaign details because I don't want to be spoiled in case I do them. And now I'm wondering why would, and this is the part that gets me, why would the Abbot freak Puffin out more than confronting Strahd? I'm missing something big, aren't I? Okay, that happened.
Rahadin gestured away.
Please, come with me.
He said, where are you leading us?
My master wishes to speak with you privately. He has a proposition for you.
No. Wait, we have to wait for the rest of the group.
Oh, no.
Really? You would be rude enough to make my master wait
Again.
on his wedding night?
To be fair, that actually would be
thinking.
very rude.
We can't split up even more now. It's totally possible that he's leading us into a trap.
You're
We can go
already
into
in
that
this
room,
castle.
Get jumped by like 30 or 40 guys and get completely fucked over by them.
Mm-hmm.
Please, come this way.
Rahadin gestured, more firm. I'm panicking, not saying anything and waiting. The kitchen door opens up. Entering was Mordenkainen, Muriel, Victor, and Davian.
Okay, you're good.
Ah, we're all together. Great, I said. I take out my staff. In my quarterstaff to the face, bitch!
He
Swing
actually
it at
started
his
combat.
head. He ducks out of the way,
I
avoiding
kind of
it.
wish you could actually just
We have to fight here. We can't
talk all the
split
way
up
through this.
again. I can't see Rahadin's face, but I can tell from his
like
voice.
he has one.
He's giving me an incredulous look.
Of all the places you decide to start
In the heart of his
this
power?
castle, this location is the worst one.
Yeah.
Rahadin tapped his cane. We could hear a rumbling in the courtyard as all the gargoyles and statues started moving. coming to
Yeah.
life. In addition, we noticed the 4 dragon statues also started to move. Everyone, get the fuck inside of the central hall!
This is the second time Puffin has pulled a Gouda I really wish right now I just had a sound effect of Barrett from Mission Bridge from Team 4-Star going, "Don't fuck up!" Because this is... I mean, this isn't even metagaming. This is literally... wow levels of... You know what? I'm giving Gouda a lot of flack. But she only screwed up in a few silly ways. Puffin... wow, man. I'm actually impressed. Because I don't think you're metagaming this. I think you're legitimately not realizing what you do before you do it, and then everyone's just playing it straight. Also, holy crap, there's 4 gargoyle dragons. Is that actually a thing? I need to look that up now. Wow. Oh, God.
A fight breaks out downstairs.
Yeah.
Fiona and several casters were throwing magic out from the dining hall. Spells are zipping over our heads back and forth as the guests are either taking cover or retreating into the upper floors.
Oh.
Bojack said,
They actually
I
have
like the
regular
fact
guests.
that Gouda tends to talk to the good characters, and Garo tends to talk to the bad guys.
Really?
I was incredulous. Why? I usually fail at diplomacy, and we end up having to fight anyway.
Yeah, that's probably why.
That's what I like about it. You talk to them, a fight starts, everyone targets you with their attacks, and then I get to kill people. You're doing a terrible job, but I never said it was a bad thing.
Emerging from the main hall by
Also,
himself,
it's going to happen
the Abbot
anyways.
starts approaching us, his arms out.
No, stop. What are you doing? Cease with your senseless violence.
The other players don't care and start firing their attacks at him. I'm trying to avoid metagaming, but it's not working out well. Wait, maybe he's got a point. Plus, he's not attacking us, so just not attack him? A crossbow bolt shoots over to the Abbot and hits him in the face. The DM describes how the bolt impacts his skin, but the bolt just breaks on his forehead. All of our attacks are just kind of missing or ricocheting off of him. He seems to have some kind of supernatural protection, and this guy has no fear in his face, nothing but anger as he's watching us attack him. But still, his hands are out. He hasn't attacked us.
He just no-sold an entire party's attack of what I'm assuming are high-level adventurers by this point. Not just that he took a little damage, not even that he's being aggressive. It's that he's just angry, and he just pulled a more impressive feat than Strahd. Puffin, you made him sound terrifying with your meta-knowledge. But the DM, by showing how absolutely useless you were, took it further. Like, this sounds more like you had as much a choice about beating him as you did the hags in the beginning, except you actually did damage to the hags. You just lost. Here, with your entire party and your allies, in the heart of Strahd's power, and the Abbot is more powerful. Yeah. Who the hell is this guy? And is this going to be like, oh yeah, they fail before they even reach Strahd because of him? I'm going with, I think that's a possibility now.
Bojack is hitting him with a radiant blast, which this guy seems to just not give a shit about.
Yeah?
The Abbot says, I commanded you to stop. As he speaks, the earth shakes.
Oh.
The sky rattles, and the lights flicker for a second before coming back. Maybe we should listen to him.
Yeah, that's
I
probably a good
suggest.
idea.
He doesn't want to fight, so let's not fight. I start pushing everyone away into the side hall. The Abbot drops his hands and leaves. Following Piddlewick's directions, we separate from our pursuers and follow a maze of passages that lead up a set of stairs.
He also
where
probably
the
saved their
heart
life
of
with
Ravenloft
the
is.
dragons, but...
We arrive at 2 towers, one which we came up, and the other which contains the heart. The thing is suspended in the middle of the
They
air.
already found the heart.
Strahd stood on the bridge between us and the heart. On his other side, behind him was Gertruda, the girl who had been turned into a night hag.
Oh.
I tried to kill her and failed back at the window.
Yeah.
I did kind of expect her to be here for revenge.
Yeah.
Next to her is Fiona and a dwarfen minotaur. We had never seen either the dwarf or minotaur before. Why
Bit weird.
must you do this? Strahd asked us.
You're
Why
an asshole?
can't you just let me be happy? Why must you oppose me?
Okay, one, you did kind of go on murder sprees to piss them off. I mean, yeah, they kind of did ignore your invite, but there's a proportional response here. Crazy part is, if the DM didn't have him go on the murder sprees to piss them off, you could actually see a good point on letting him win. I actually wonder if there are people who play Strahd off as kind of a campy joke and they actually survive. Like, actually letting Strahd survive, because it seems like a good idea. I'm sorry, I need to go find meta knowledge about this after this. Oh, God.
I've got no problems with you being happy. But why? Why does that happiness have to come at the cost of hundreds of bodies and lives?
Oh, it is Barovia.
A fight starts at the top. Mordenkainen cries out, "Get to the heart!" He produces
Of
a
the
set of
matter?
stairs which go up to the heart, which let us attack it.
I guess you could say it's even.
But we're
shot
having
through
trouble
the
reaching
heart.
the vital organ. This strange dwarf we've never met before was targeting Gouda particularly.
Really?
He didn't care about anyone else except for her. I will kill you, Gouda.
Oh! Oh, we did meet these characters before. Whenever she got in trouble and she met with her dad / evil beholder dad eye thing, he was always bringing up those other bodies. And when she died, she took over the Tabaxi, and then before it was the dwarf and the Minotaur. Ah, so these were the other people she almost took over the bodies of. Oh, that is. And that would be why they're focusing on her, yeah, because she has evil magic dad's power.
And claim Maverus' spot as his chosen one.
Yeah.
We realized that this dwarf was the same one Gouda had rejected at the Amber Temple. You might be Gouda, but I'm better. Then the Minotaur said, and I'm Besta. I will claim her spot, not you. From this, what we discover was that every time Gouda died and came back through the reincarnation, there was an unused life form that was not her body, and that life form was discarded and filled with a purpose by Maverus to kill Gouda.
Oh. Good reason not to
As
die.
we're fighting, several newcomers join into the fray. First, on top behind us, appearing out from an illusion, is a set of multiple Strahds. He has taken a bunch of his allies and cast seeming on them, making them look like him. The first Strahd we had actually encountered was really Kirill in disguise.
What?
We still don't know which one's real and which ones are fake. After them, walking up the stairs,
honestly, yeah, just
is
kill them
the
all at this
Abbot,
point.
who's holding out his hand still. Stop it with the violence. This should be a day of peace. The other players start smacking him around a bit, and he says, if it comes to this. There's a bright, holy light that emanates from him. A fiery halo appears on his head, wings sprout out from his back, and then it's revealed that the Abbot had secretly been an angel. He'd apparently gotten himself trapped in Barovia. Over the years, Strahd had been working to corrupt him, giving him these assignments that Strahd didn't really care about. He had no interest in Vasilka, but he enjoyed seeing the angel become more and more corrupted. The last ally, we hear cackling and coming from the woods, and soaring up to us is Baba Lysaga, riding her
the
massive
crazy
flying
lady.
skull, firing spells down at us. We
And
start
she's
taking
riding
out
a
the Strahd
god's-
duplicates one by
or
one. None of the evil
godchild's
Strahds
skull.
seemed to
That's-
react from the sunlight. It seemed to us like the actual Strahd had decided not to show up and let everyone else do his dirty work.
He
for
doesn't
him.
even show up?
As we were fighting, in a sudden turn of events, Mordenkainen cast Dominate Person on Krusk.
What?
He commands him, kill Esmeralda.
What?
Krusk resists the mind control spell. Finally revealing himself, Mordenkainen transforms into the actual Strahd von Zarevich.
What? Oh, when they separated. How many of their party members are mind controlled right now? That's not good. That's really not good.
Instead of stairs, vanishes. He had secretly been waiting for someone to step onto the stairs. That way they could plummet 500 feet down, if not dying instantly, being out of the fight. Strahd turns to Victor and commands, you serve me now. Yes, master. Victor nods and fights against us. We discovered that the night before, Mordenkainen had been forcibly teleported out of Barovia, and Strahd had slipped into his place. He had then used his mind control.
Wait, he can force people out of Barovia. Like, do they mean the city or the actual plane? No, that actually makes sense because Puffin did get that threat earlier that if they did what he wanted, he would let one of them leave. Okay, apparently he chose Mordenkainen. Not Mordenkainen. The vampire. Why does he Mordenkainen? Because I'm an idiot, that's why. Still, that's actually kind of brilliant. I love how the DM is just working that in there.
Control on Victor.
This also
bending
shows
him to
he's
his
just
will.
dicking around with
We
everyone.
knock Victor unconscious. Down one ally.
Well, he did
The
just kind of turn on you,
spellcasters
so.
are having their own fight next to the heart. Gertruda was particularly pissed off at Gouda.
You lied to me.
She snarled at Gouda and used her telekinesis on her, dropping Gouda off of the tower. She plummets hundreds of feet down. Seeing Gouda fall, Gertruda goes ethereal and vanishes. Apparently she only came here to kill Gouda, but
Really?
that phrase was weird to me. I thought to myself, we didn't lie to Gertruda. Were they potentially manipulating her? Well,
Probably.
they're both gone now, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Also, you're down a party
Gouda
member.
is falling farther and farther down, sailing past rows and rows of stairs. Before she hits the ground, she notices that someone catches her.
What?
It's Escher, one of Strahd's consorts. He's holding her by the ankle, dangling her over the edge.
Wouldn't that still kill her?
Escher said, "You are probably going to win this fight.
Well, I
What?
certainly hope so.
I can save you right now, but you're going to have to do me a favor.
What?
Well, what would it be?
You're going to have to help me and Sasha. I want to break her out of the crypts below, and together we'll escape Barovia."
Gouda? One? Yeah. Strahd's, I'm pretty sure this is one of the wives. Them escaping might be worse than dying. I mean, if you die, you just come back in a new body in Strahd's domain, because that's apparently a thing that happens. Or you become a ghost. But, the bride's getting out is probably a bad idea. On the other hand, yeah, there's really no good answer here, is there? It's Gouda, so I'm assuming she'll choose the silliest option possible. Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like a bad person thing.
Yes.
Well, I could just drop you right now. And
I mean,
end
you
it
already
here.
stopped a good bit of the fall, so.
He slightly loosens his grip, and she slips a little bit from his grasp before he catches her.
Oh, Escher's
Gouda
not one
has
of
a
the brides?
long way to fall
Yeah, I suck at the names,
if he
apparently.
lets her go.
But why do you want to save Sasha? Were you two lovers?
What?
Escher gives her a look. I'm into dudes. Really, it's more the fact that Strahd just threw her into the crypts when he was done with her. And I know that eventually that's going to be my fate as well,
Yeah.
if this continues on for any longer. So I guess you could say I have sympathy for her.
Oh, no, it was one
all
of the brides.
right.
She
Brides,
nods.
whatever.
I'll get you guys out of here.
Gouda didn't want to do it, but she didn't have a lot of options right now.
And not dying is usually a good one.
Excellent. Escher sets her down on the stairs. Good luck. He leaves. Gouda starts racing up
Nope,
the
never
stairs
mind, not one of the
to
brides.
try and get
I
back to
cannot
the rest
remember
of
who
the
he is.
fight.
Meh.
Cutting back to the battle, we eventually beat everyone else to death. Once Strahd gets cornered, he turns into a mist and drifts back into the castle.
Wait, really?
Once the fight was over,
Oh, I
everyone
kind of thought he'd
was
like
pretty
do something
beat
as a
up.
final stand.
We decide to rest for an hour. During that time,
Really?
Gouda tells us about her deal with
That
Escher.
makes sense,
I
but-
agreed that we'd help him escape.
I'm like, no.
Why not? They haven't done anything bad to us.
Vampires all have to be exterminated. You can't have even one stay alive.
That's pretty dark for Garo.
Yeah, but he's kind of
gotten
been
to
fucked
this
over.
point from everything
A
we've
lot.
seen in Barovia. Vampires spread like a virus. You get one bite in an area, and suddenly you're running around with a couple dozen a few months later. The only solution is they all have to be eradicated.
But I thought they explicitly said vampirism in this version is you have to specifically drain all of someone's blood and kill them at the same time. But werewolves were like a single bite spreads it. Or maybe I'm misremembering. It's me, so it's probably likely that way.
Where's the hope?
Gouda said, looking over to Esmeralda.
Ah, my leg's
She's
going.
still trying to save her, but
Ugh, there you
I'm losing faith.
go. Faith.
Garo shakes his head. The problem is that I might believe in faith or hope or whatever.
But
if they go out into the world, I'm not going to be the one who suffers because of it. At this point, I have to let go of my codes or promises because others will have to pay my price.
But we promised him we'd get him out of here.
I mean, you don't have to let him
care.
live after you
I
get him
shake
out.
my head. If I run into him, I'm gonna murder him. I don't care. what you promised him. He's not getting it.
Well, to be fair,
Not from
Gouda
me.
promised. Not. Well, actually,
After resting,
Gouda
he took
promised
the
not
stairs
Garo,
down
yeah.
to the bottom, to the crypts. Van
Entirely
Richten
a
let us
BS
know
thing.
This is where his resting place is. This is the end of the line for him here. He has nowhere else to retreat to.
So, the group went down into the crypts. At the bottom were sets
Calling
of
it, he has another
tombs.
place.
A fight starts between all of the wives, Strahd, and us. Here, Strahd is nigh impossible to hit.
What?
He moves on Bucephalus, casts a spell, and then moves away again. No one can catch up to him, and even if we did, he's high up in the air. Plus, the tombs serve as a
Flying
sight
horse, my
block,
ass.
meaning that seeing him to hit him with a spell, we need to be within about 20 feet or so.
Okay, this isn't actually about what Puffin said. This piece of art right here, I love everyone's faces. One, Gouda in the weird, oddly determined pose and face. It's like, I'm being serious now. It's funny because it's Gouda. Gouda and serious. I just love this. Also, it's being mimicked by her little not quite beholder. That's adorable. Krusk. I'm sorry, just what is that face? I love that. That is absolutely adorable. It's like, I'm going to go scream. I just love it. Also, the classic sword holding pose. That's awesome. Boshak, he looks like he's watching everyone about to really make a horrible mistake. He's like, no. These two, specifically her, I'm just going full on Michael Jackson Thriller. I kind of wish there was a werewolf in the background doing the same pose just to make it more obvious, but that's where my mind's going. Her doing the kiss. I wonder if that's going to be mentioned. Is she trying to charm them, or is she just like switching sides midway through? I can go either way on this one. Strahd on his flying horse. Yeah, that's so much bullshit. I love it though. Seriously, spooky, scary skeletons all the way, man. I know it's actually Thriller, but I'm calling it spooky, scary skeletons because I really like saying that. It's actually fun.
Both Garo and Krusk are using sunlight from the Sunblade and the Amulet of Ravenkind.
Yep.
But all of the vampires can pass through the walls of the tomb, so they can move out, attack someone, and then move away.
Yeah, you might want
without
to hold
taking
those
any
charges.
radiant damage, because they have to start their turn in sunlight specifically. So the sunlight isn't really helping us here. Early on in the fight,
Kind of a bitch.
Strahd casts a spell on Boshak, who pops out of existence.
What?
Where did he go?
Oh.
Strahd explained.
Yeah.
I sent him home. I told you before, I had that power, yet you chose not to listen to me.
We cut to Boshak, who appears
He
in a swamp.
offensively used getting them out of
Before
jail.
him is an ancient green dragon.
What?
It turns out that Boshak was sent back to his home village, the same one which had been destroyed by a green dragon. The dragon says,
I recognize that stench.
Oh.
I seem to recall eating one of your arms. Perhaps you have returned to me to eat the rest.
Boshak holds out his staff and says,
I will defeat you. You are weak. I am strong.
Okay, so I thought he was being sent home. No, he's literally being sent home. I mean, that's a level of dickish I don't even think Strahd meant. And this is the Strahd and Puffin's variation, who was seemingly, Holy crap, that is literally going from unbeatable odds to, oh, there's an ancient dragon, and I'm alone. Hopefully they were power gaming, because if not, it doesn't matter how strong you are, you might be in trouble. Yeah.
I will not be stopped by the likes of you. I will consume your heart and mount your horn on the...
He gets interrupted when the dragon steps on him, forcing him into the marshy waters.
What?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that kind of
Defeat
happened.
you. Yeah, they will stop me.
He's trying to yell at the dragon through the water.
I'm sorry. I can't hear that. Can you speak up?
Sassy dragon is
Blah, blah,
sassy.
blah, blah.
Boshak is struggling in his grasp, trying to get out of the water and avoid
Try
drowning.
eating him.
Then he suddenly stops.
What?
Wait a minute. I'm a lizard folk. I can hold my breath underwater.
The DM's like, he's patient. Back at the crypt fight, we eventually break Strahd's concentration on the banishment spell, summoning Boshak back to us. Boshak was not happy about this.
I had him right where I wanted him.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, Boshak.
I
One
love
by
it.
one, we
He's
go around
deluded. I
killing
love
the
it.
brides. I take care of Ludmilla.
This is for Lucian.
I knock her to the ground and break her neck,
Oh,
hitting her a few more times on the ground to make sure they're dead.
got a wooden stake for the
I
heart?
am not going to leave any alive. Gouda was horrified.
Garo's gotten really dark.
They all have to die now. All of them. In the middle of the fight, Escher uses his charm to control Gouda, forces her to break into Sasha's tomb and feed her blood. While Garo hates this, he's too busy right now to stop them, and Escher and Sasha escape out from the crypt. Once everyone else
there's
had
one
been
deal you
killed,
can break.
we were down to just us versus Strahd. I wondered how Strahd would react once he was cornered.
Yeah, he probably is
Would he give
enjoying
us
this.
some other tricks? Would he try and run again? Would he beg, or maybe give us a proposition?
Laugh.
But no. He fought like an animal, lashing out and scratching at us round after round.
Oh, I honestly thought he would just
But
laugh
he was
and enjoy this.
overwhelmed. There were just too many of us. With all of our hate and all of our rage, we pinned him up next to the wall and started burying our weapons into his body one after another, until the beast was finally dead.
Did they stick the
Strahd
staff in?
collapsed. He turned into mist and returned back to his crypt, laying there, helpless. We slip the ring on his finger and finally kill him. His soul is sucked out and he enters into the ring. We have successfully captured Strahd von Zarovich. After everything we've been through,
Kind of surprised they went that
after
way.
all the people who have died, after all of the fighting, after everything, it was finally the end of Strahd von Zarovich.
So, here's the thing. This is the final episode, and there's still a good bit of time left. What the hell kind of twist does the DM have here? Because I don't think the rest of this is going to be epilogue. I'm actually a bit concerned. Because as a person enjoying this, I'm like, oh, cool, there's more. As someone who's like, oh, wait, no, there's more. And by that, I mean as a player who realizes this is the kind of situation I could expect from my DM. My DM in my game that I usually live stream on Thursdays, who seems to get a lot of 20s on his rolls for the enemies. AI, I'm looking directly at you, man. So I'm just taking this as, okay, this is the kind of DM that I should probably be aware of because I'm playing against someone like this. I know what I said. What kind of surprises do they have planned? Because I'm assuming these are the kind of surprises I'm going to be hit with. And, yeah, this is probably going to go bad. Do I know for a fact? No. This is Curse of Strahd, and Puffin, if he's not going full-on humor, he's going full-on why. And we're not at the humor part right now. I'm still actually a little surprised they played Strahd's death as, he just fights to the end. I legitimately thought he would just laugh and gloat and just have fun with it the entire way like a troll. Because he's been a troll literally nonstop. And even in this fight, he actually did a great job with that. Yeah. Also, Mordenkainen getting out. Not Mordenkainen. I think it was... why do I keep saying Mordenkainen when I mean the vampire hunter? Unless it was Mordenkainen. Whatever. I can't remember names to save my life. Damn it.
That's it. That's done.
Godfrey
Is it?
said. He knelt down in prayer. Thanks for everything, Godfrey.
No, thank you. Now my people may rest, knowing that this long war is finally over.
Wait, Godfrey lived?
As he spoke, he sounded very, very tired. His
Lit.
body slumps against the wall. The life leaves his eyes. I pull my amulet out and say a prayer to him. May the light of the morning Lord guide you into peaceful rest, where your comrades are waiting for you.
Hopefully.
Now that the fighting is done, we split up and search the
not like
castle,
they're just being
going
reincarnated.
through some of the locations. But, emerging out from one of the tombs
No.
is Rahadin.
Oh, I was expecting Strahd.
He's now a wraith with his leg and face healed back. He was just watching his master get sucked into the ring. The Rahadin we spoke to upstairs was merely an illusion.
Oh,
My master. No. No, not my master.
why didn't you help then?
What we discover after the fact is that Rahadin and Strahd had sort of an evil Alfred and Batman relationship.
Oh.
Rahadin had originally been brought in by Strahd's father and was asked to take care of his son, which is why the two had been so close. Rahadin was the only man that Strahd ever truly trusted. When he sees his master's soul put into a ring, Rahadin goes into a blind fury. He manages to knock Krusk and Gouda unconscious, steal the ring, and take off upstairs, escaping with his master's soul. He holds the ring in his hands.
Don't worry, Master. I'm here for you. I won't let them take you away. We'll get them back.
Van Richten casts a healing spell on the other two.
Okay, apparently he
After
did get
him.
rid of
We can't let him
the right guy.
escape.
The group chases after Rahadin, trying to keep up, but he's so far away. At the top of the stairs, Rahadin's paralyzed in a hold person spell.
What?
Who's there but Arabelle and Madame Ava, the one who cast the hold person spell? We kill Rahadin with a quick blow and take the ring back.
You should not be having that.
Madame Ava said.
She was
held
there
out her
fighting it.
hand.
Apparently useful.
Give
Wow.
that over to me.
What?
Crust seems suspicious, but
Okay.
he
If only we knew there was a certain old lady flying a giant Empyrean head who could use a lot of illusions. Yeah, I don't think that's Madame Ava, is it?
hands the ring to her. Now Madame Ava has Strahd's soul. As a reward for handing over the ring, Madame Ava turns to Esmeralda, touches her, casting True Resurrection.
What?
The color in Esmeralda's face comes back, and her fangs vanish, turning her back into a normal human.
Okay, so 1. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. That's definitely Madame Ava. 2. She had true resurrection this entire time? They were hanging around her for a while. I was like, hey, yeah, we got this friend. You could do something about that? Yeah, so she doesn't accidentally eat us? Yeah. Is Madame Ava taking over now? Because it definitely seems like she's making a play for it. Yeah.
Oh. She could just do that the entire time? I guess Gouda was actually right. We did just need more magic, and then Esmeralda would be fine.
Yeah.
See, I told you. You can solve anything with magic.
She's not wrong.
I hate the fact that Gouda was actually right about this.
She then touched Boshak
Love the
and
fact
cast
Gouda was actually right
regeneration,
about this.
causing him to regrow his arm. Boshak was shocked about this.
Thank you, he said. What do you need of me? If you want me to kill someone, I can kill them.
Madame Ava waved her hands.
No, that is not necessary.
Yeah, she's bringing
No,
people
really.
back now.
How can I pay you for this?
You killed Strahd.
Boshak actually had a life crisis at that moment. He suddenly came to the realization that, oh, when you're not assholes to people, people will just give you stuff for free? Boshak actually shifted alignments here.
I'm sorry. I love this. It's not that he's shifting alignments, but this entire crisis is the most evil reasoning to not be evil. Not because he wants to be good, but because he wants to get free shit. This is brilliant. It's like a whole level of what the hell, man. Because it's not becoming a better person. It's not becoming less evil for the sake of becoming less evil. It's being so freaking selfish and evil that you want to be less selfish and evil because of selfish and evil reasons. It makes sense. I love this. I think if they just had this go on for a few more campaigns using these characters, it would probably be, he would end up being a lawful good character who's also technically evil. Because he's doing all the right things for all the right reasons for very evil reasons. So technically he qualifies as an evil character filling the role of lawful good. And I love this because it's fun to watch. That's brilliant. I love it.
Becoming more chaotic neutral, he had come to terms with the side of good, seeing that doing good things means that other people will do stuff for you.
Free shit, which
But
is
he
evil.
wasn't quite
I love it.
good yet because it was still for selfish reasons.
Yes.
At least at this point, he had come to understand what it meant to be good and why people were like that. Down below,
But
in
it's
the
still
castle
evil
crypts,
reasoning.
there was a woman holding Casimir in her arms.
That.
Are you Petrina? We asked.
Yes,
She nodded.
my brother saved me.
While we had been fighting,
Oh.
Casimir had found his sister's tomb and cast Raise Dead on her. But the spell was exhausting, and right now he was unconscious. We start asking her questions, knowing that she's a potential candidate for becoming the new Lord.
Also, just throwing it out there, Casimir, who I actually do remember for some reason. Yeah, the elf who got healing. Apparently, he actually succeeded with raising his sister. He didn't die in the process. And all of it was useless because Madame Ava apparently could do that at any time. Literally, is she just sitting back and going, play for me, my toys? Yeah, actually, that kind of sounds exactly accurate. Yeah. If she's not the final hidden boss, I don't know what is.
Lord of Barovia. Hey, so this is going to be an awkward conversation, but how do you feel about Strahd? We were told that you had the hots for him when you were alive previously. Petrina looks at us, a face full of disgust.
His mind-controlling powers were effective on me. I was too weak to resist. I am no supporter of his.
Oh, thank
Mind
God,
control.
we
Yeah,
say.
sure.
We thought you might have been a Strahd ally. She shook her head.
No.
Okay, cool. The last person we put into power was Fiona, and we didn't ask them about that, so now we ask everyone. It's standard practice. We just started our no Hitlers and power policy, and we're really serious about it, and we don't want to relax it right now. We then start.
I gotta say, as far as policies go, no powerful Hitlers is definitely the right choice. I fully support this. In fact, I would say as a general rule, in most D&D campaigns and other places, no Hitler is a good one, and I fully support this reasoning. I'm more surprised that they need to specifically name it that because, yeah, but at the same time, yeah.
Start trying to get information from her. Who are you exactly? She explains that she was a scholar, a spellcaster. She encountered Strahd, and initially the two hit it off.
Oh.
Eventually, he drifted down a darker path.
Oh, this is
and
before
she
he was
left.
evil.
Once Tatiana was gone, and he needed a new woman to fill in the gap for her, he came for Petrina and used his magic to bend her to his will. Okay, I got it. I'm seeing the whole picture here.
Yeah.
We talk amongst ourselves.
Also, he tried to move on.
I
That's
actually
surprising.
think Petrina would be a perfect fit to be in power. I'd normally suggest Esmeralda, but she doesn't qualify probably because she's no longer a vampire.
Well, she
Plus,
never
wants to
rejected
get
it,
the hell out of
technically,
here.
so...
Petrina's an adult. She's smart, educated, stable, an enemy of Strahd. She's been here the longest, probably intends to stay. I think she might be the best candidate. Really? And let's be real, Strahd is a megalomaniacal, psychopathic tyrant. Like, he sets a really low bar, so anyone who's just a tad up from there would be a good fit.
Yeah,
The other players all nod.
this is
and
Curtis
agree.
Strahd.
Hey, Petrina, I said, I know this is quite sudden, and we haven't gotten a whole lot of time to know each other, but how would you like to become the new Lord of Barovia? We explained the situation to her.
Okay.
She nods. I can do that.
Really?
If the people need me to be there for them, I can do that.
Okay, wasn't
We go up
expecting
to
that.
the throne room. Madame Eva completes a ritual. We also discover that Madame Eva is actually Strahd's sister, meaning that she's of royal blood. She pulls out a knife. They take some blood from Petrina, who says, I am ancient. I am the land. As the blood drifts out the window.
A few questions there. One, I thought she was Vistani. Oh, wait, I've heard of that one. Anyone could become Vistani, so there's really no genetic component to it. It can be, but it's not required. So anyone could be, okay, that makes sense. But more, Strahd had a sister, and she was not harassed by him? Oh, the tent. Yeah, he probably didn't actually know. What did she do to get pulled into... Oh, she probably came there willing to be a Strahd. I have so many questions, and I'm going to need to go look all this up later. Like, this is literally, like, I don't even care about not getting spoilers anymore because we see the end here. But I just... If anyone has any idea what the hell is going on for more information and context, please, I need comments down below telling me what the hell I'm missing, because there seems like there's so much more that is not explained here. And I need to know. I'm legitimately just shaking with curiosity right now. Because, yeah, okay, Strahd had a sister. Like, were his family secretly alive and just being disappointed in him? Because at this point, apparently one of them was. And could also just randomly cast True Resurrection. Yeah.
Window onto the ground. Once that was taken care of, I had to go and destroy the last stone. We found it in the castle, and then I used plant transport to teleport to the circle. As I arrive, I met with Gertruda. She's waiting for me, with tears in her eyes.
I need to know. Why? Why did Gouda do it?
Do what? I asked.
She killed Lancelot.
What?
Gertruda said,
She murdered my dog.
What?
The last thing I told you guys to do was to take care of Lancelot, and you killed him.
what I uncovered from talking to her was that Fiona and the others had deceived her. We had left the dog at the Blue Water Inn. They'd taken Lancelot, killed him, and then presented the body to Gertruda, saying that Gouda was the one that did the deed. That let them turn her over to their side. I talked to her, straightening the lie out.
I want to be good.
She says,
Do you think I can be good?
Can she? I mean, I know that D&D is moving and the racial alignments are not mandatory, more like this is where you start, you can be anything you want. But she's a night hag now. Can she be good? I mean, at this point, they could probably just go to Madame Ava and she could probably just fix it. You know, joking aside, she probably actually just could fix it. Like, sure, at this point, why not? I'm assuming she's so old and powerful and Strahd's freaking sister that she could probably just polymorph her into a normal human. True polymorphin? Honestly, at this point, sure, why not? Yeah, let's go with that.
What? Do I have to die?
this magic of Barovia is strange.
Yeah.
Souls and hags don't work normally like we'd expect them to. I don't know if anyone's ever been in your situation before. I don't know where your future lies. But you might be able to stay good. You know what? My group will look out for you. Keep an eye on you, and if you go the wrong way, we'll make sure that you don't hurt anyone.
I mean, you got
complete
one
the
evil
ritual
character
at
in
the
your group
circle
already.
And release the last stone, returning the power to the Fanes. And at that, the campaign was basically over.
Basically?
When Strahd died, he lost control of the clouds that were making it eternally gloomy. The clouds parted, and the sun shines out for the first sunrise in over 400 years.
Ooh.
Praise to the morning lord.
But isn't it a dummy
I said,
plane, so the
kissing
sun
my
is just an
emblem.
illusion?
Back at Castle Ravenloft, the light streamed in through the windows. It was almost blinding. In the sunlight, we could see how beautiful this place really was.
Oh.
In the epilogue, with the mist parted, all of our friends left out into the world. But not just our allies. Escher had left Barovia with Sasha, so now there's 2 vampires out there, somewhere in the world.
Only 2?
Madame Ava left Barovia and released Strahd out of the ring, where his soul passed into the afterlife.
Curious about that.
Van Richten went off to retire. Killing Strahd was his last great escapade, and now he was done. He could finally settle down. Esmeralda.
Wait. Van Richten didn't just survive, but he actually got to retire? I'm not so much surprised about that, but I'm more surprised that someone had the jokes like, oh no, just 2 days till retirement. Ugh. And they didn't make it. I literally thought the entire time that's the joke they were running for, but no, they're just playing it straight. He actually survived the battle against the Dark Lord and gets to retire. After technically having died once and been brought back. Technically, yes, but it counts. I'm not used to seeing that in fiction. Actually getting to sit back and retire after you're done, it's actually blowing my mind a bit. Wow. I just wasn't expecting it. I was expecting something to happen.
Esmeralda was still in her prime. She had more work to do. We eventually cast Greater Restoration on Stella, restoring her back to normal, and she leaves Barovia with Victor out into the world.
Nice.
Boshak left, taking Vasilka and Gertruda with him. Together, the group managed to kill the Green Dragon that had slaughtered his village, and he exacted the vengeance he had started this journey for. Also, flesh golems are very effective against green dragons, because they're immune to poison. The DM asked
Oh,
Strahd,
damn.
what are you going to do?
Now that I know there are other places like Barovia, my next destination is the entire demiplanes of Dread. I will go forward, sword held aloft, and defeat all of the evil in all of the demiplanes
Crust.
of Dread.
Okay, do you really want to do that? You're probably not going to be defeating all of them.
Well, what if I try really, really hard?
He explains, the demiplanes of Dread is an entire multiverse. It's like several continents. Like, the odds of you defeating all of them isn't that likely.
Oh, then I guess I'll travel with Gouda. Go wherever she goes.
Oh, no.
The DM then looks to Gouda.
Oh, no.
As for you, what do you want to do?
That's probably worse.
I want to go back to Waterdeep, be with my family again.
Why?
Well, hold on a second there.
What?
The DM stops her. You're not allowed to leave.
Why?
Why?
Not?
She said. The DM explains, Maverus, your patron, won't let you leave the demiplanes of dread. As you travel, you are constantly distracted by something else, some other problem that comes up, forcing you to change directions and solve something. But your goal is always
I'm sorry. She's not allowed to leave. Because she's a cat distracted by shiny objects? Is that really the Ooh, shiny object. Ooh, shiny object. Ooh, shiny object. That is literally how it goes. And it actually perfectly fits. It's in character. Even fits the art style. Oh, God, it actually is a great explanation. I thought it was a joke at first, but no, that actually makes sense. She's just a cat with a shiny object dangled in front of her. I don't know how to feel about how much I agree with that as the explained reasoning. Because I don't actually disagree with it. It makes sense. I think it makes a lot of sense. The fact that she's a tabaxi makes it honestly hilarious on top of that. Huh. Way to go, DM, for thinking this one through.
inches away from you before being snatched away again. Your fate is to be constantly dying and being reborn in a new body. But every time you are reborn, there are other bodies that are created, enemies that are trying to hunt you down and take your place. After all, you're the hero, Gouda. You will always be the hero, Gouda. You will not be able to return to Faerun ever again. And since Krusk is following you around, he's going on the same path as you. But he doesn't mind, since he's facing evil. Garo's like, man, that sucks.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
sounds like
he
only
wanted to
myself
do it
and
first time
Bojack got a
anyways.
good ending. The DM turned to me next. Hold on a second, Garo. Let's not be too hasty there. Fuck. In my ending,
Yeah, the
I go
fangs.
throughout Barovia and use my magic to restore the plant life all across the region. I stay there for a bit. Eventually, I get a little homesick and want to go back.
Yeah.
But I can't leave Barovia.
His girlfriends?
I can never leave, because I am the Fanes champion. Since the last time the Fanes had their powers stripped from them and their lands desecrated, they needed someone to protect them. I am their chosen champion. I will always be their chosen champion, whether I want to or not.
And this is where you need to start
God,
making
clingy
scry
girlfriend
and
syndrome, am I
illusion
right?
views.
I need my personal space. You know, they need to learn to be strong and independent and not need me to be there constantly for them.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
come on. As I'm getting dragged away into the forest by the three of them, this is why the monastery warned me about women. They're evil, I tell you. As for Petrina, when she said she didn't like Strahd, that she wanted to be better than him, that was a fucking lie. Petrina's actually batshit evil. Yeah, she's a scholar. She didn't go into the details and explain that she's actually a demented wizard who studied the black arts, which is a type of scholar, I guess, technically speaking.
Yeah, sure, makes sense.
Garo probably should have used insight on her.
Yeah.
Probably should have done that. Yep. The entire story she had told the group was a complete fabrication. She actually looked up to Strahd, seeing his power and wealth, and wanted to be the queen of Barovia. It was all too convenient how things played out.
Yeah.
Right into her hands. She had been speaking to Casimir in his dreams, telling him how she was buried at the castle, guilting him into saving her, and forcing him into that deal so she could use him. Petrina eventually goes on a journey to the Amber Temple, speaks with Exathanter, discovers Vol, Strahd's patron, and makes a deal with him. Secretly, she wants to become the new vampire lord.
Oh, jeez.
In order to seal the pact, she has to kill someone she loves. So, she murders her brother Casimir, the one who raised her from the dead. No!
I mean, on the one hand, yeah, I never saw that coming. On the other hand, oh, she actually loved him. That is the part that surprises me. Kind of actually legitimately unironically surprised. I literally didn't think she was capable of that because she sounds like she's batshit insane.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
That's just rude at that point.
Just get... Oh, Madame
And in
Ava
time,
left.
Barovia would come to be ruled by a new vampire lord. The Dark Mistress, Petrina Velikovna, Lord of Barovia.
That is going to be hard to say.
You guys, we just instituted our no Hitlers in power rule. Not even a week
And
ago.
you fucked up.
We've
You
already
pulled the
broken it
cloud.
again. But there are a few differences between her and Strahd. While Strahd had martial experience in some spellcasting, she was a much more powerful spellcaster.
Ah.
Strahd's magic was limited. The dark powers would not let him learn magic above 8th level, but Petrina Velikovna was not bound by that, because she already came in with powerful magic.
Ah.
And in addition, she also has the vampire's physical strengths.
Ah.
So she would come to be a very formidable enemy, both a powerful vampire and a strong spellcaster. The fate for Garo was that he would eventually become the new Abbot type of character. He's stuck in this world with Petrina over him. He doesn't like her, but he's doing what he can to placate her, because, after all, if he doesn't do it, someone else will. Eventually, as a vampire, she would need the clouds to come back and the sun to be blocked. He would do it. After all, if he didn't do it, she would just burn down the forest and start attacking civilians. Everyone was a hostage here. If she asked something of him, he would do it. After all, he has to. He would make compromise after compromise until Garo would just be as corrupt as everyone else. He would be a character who realized that what the abbot said was correct. There is no point in opposing the Lord of Barovia, only pain and anguish. Thinking back on it, Garo realizes there was only one guy who was right. We'd heard it from the beginning, before the story was told. Before we came, we got a letter. If there's any words I would want sent out, it would be this. So, I say to you, give us up for dead, and circle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we're all departed for a better life. Kolyana Indirovich, Burgomaster. And that was where that campaign ended.
Oh, man. That was brutal. Like, unironically brutal at the end. Gonna be honest, though, I'm kind of surprised how many honestly good endings people got. Boshak, I was honestly expecting him to do something horrible and his, like, evil would get back to him. Like, no, he became a neutral character. He got to avenge his village. He turned down power going evil. He legitimately just got everything he wanted without real consequence. He even got his freaking arm back because Madame Ava's broken. Yeah. Krusk wanted to explore the demi-planes of dread, fighting forever. And then realized that's not going to happen. So he decided to follow Gouda. And then he got to follow Gouda to fight in the demi-planes of dread, fighting forever. So he literally got what he wanted, but with an ally. Gouda's kind of sucks, but she's never going to notice because she's always getting cat, shiny cat everywhere. So it kind of sucks, but at the same time, she's never going to notice because that's the power that's trapping her. So moderately bad, but it's more neutral. It's like bad, but also good because you're being entertained as the way to keep you there. So yeah, it's neutral. Garo's, though, is explicitly bad. Because as powerful as he is, he's just being torn apart. I'm more surprised that he doesn't have power from his Thane patrons to oppose her, but at this point, she's a very powerful spellcaster, so that makes sense. She does. It's just... yeah. He probably has the most depressing ending here. And it kind of fits because his entire character development was being happy and hopeful and just breaking him every step of the way during the entire campaign. Not even just the epilogue, but the entire story was him breaking as a person and growing more powerful to do more things, to do more good, and it not mattering because he kept failing. Yeah, that's brutal. Also, yeah, no Hitler policy. That's usually a good one. Try to incite them. Oh, I actually have to make a note of that. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to make a meta note right now to insight the shit out of everything. Because that is legitimately a horrible end. On the other hand, Strahd was keeping them there originally, so maybe people can leave now? I mean, the mist cleared for a bit, but he brought the cloud back, not the mist. Ironically, though, maybe he could just fuck her over by, whenever she's out, getting rid of the mist, getting rid of the clouds, letting her burn a bit. I mean, yeah, she'd kill everyone, but at this point, sure, why not? But that's not where it happened. He's just breaking down. It's like he's evil, corrupt, and basically the Abbot in this case. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they did kill the Abbot in the fight. They did mention they took everyone down. I'm just not sure if he died. Probably died, because he would still be there otherwise. Yeah. That is legitimately a horrible ending for Garo. And not even just that he's trapped there, but he's trapped in the worst possible way to endure it. Everyone else had at least something they could hang their hat on. Honestly, Beauchamp getting the best ending. Bit surprised. Okay, entirely surprised. Not expecting that in the slightest surprised. But damn, Garo, that kind of burns. And on a more personal note for Puffin, this is one of the reasons I actually want to go and watch all of the character interviews afterwards. I want to see what he's thinking when his entire character's fate is just unfolding for him. It's like, oh yeah, this guy you've been playing as for the who knows how many weeks or months now. He's going to be fucked over so horribly that it breaks him in ways that are not fair, sane, or rational. And he may or may not be able to survive it because he's a champion of the Fanes of the Plane. So it's not just that he's trapped in the worst possible situation. He's helpless to change now. I don't know how bad that would be, but I kind of want to go find out. So for everyone watching, if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit that up because as brutal as it was, that was really well done. And I love the ending there. It was brilliant. And if these were the homebrew ones, honestly, I would honestly say D&D should just take a second and say, hey, let's do a little update. Say there's like a little source material that we're going to add to it that look very similar to this. Because this is brilliant. It's dark. It's gritty. It's depressing. And it fits perfectly. So it's a pyrrhic victory. You win, but you really don't win. Oh, man. I love this. Seriously, between this and everything Dingo Doodles is doing, this is why I got into D&D, and I don't even regret it. It's brilliant, man. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. While you can, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because if you want to see more content of me just geeking out over some freaking amazing content on YouTube, and just going through and analyzing everything because it's super fun, yeah, I'm going to keep doing that because I really enjoy this. I just have fun with this. This is me having fun. This is my playtime. I'm going to keep doing it because I can. The one time being an adult actually works out. Yeah. So for everyone else, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.